Are cheap homes gone forever? Well, I've got some good news for you and some bad news for you. Oh, but before we jump into that topic, I would love to know how you landed on this video. Did you search the topic? Have you watched one of my videos before? Are you subscribed? I would like to know how people find my videos, especially if it's the first time. And I'd love if you'd let me know. Okay, back to the video. So first, some good news. Home prices actually did drop. Nationally, the median home price dropped for 5 consecutive months. Yes, they did. And there are several factors that affect home prices, like high interest rates, low inventory. Oh wait, those cause prices to go up. But look at this. After home prices dropped for 5 consecutive months, U.S. home prices increased in July. So, while prices did drop in some areas of the country, they did tick up again in July. And home prices also ticked up again in August, 3.9% year over year, as the national median home price came in at $407,100. I know, that's a head scratcher. And with everything going on in this economy, you've got to be wondering, are cheap home prices gone
forever?
Well, I've got some key indicators that may answer that. Even though the national median home price rose, there are some cracks in the real estate market. The question is, are these cracks enough to move the needle and bring prices down? First, I'm not one of those YouTubers that are going to scream the sky's falling. No, there's plenty of those out there. I'm just going to provide the facts and save you the BS. Number 1, contract cancellations. That's right, contract cancellations are up. As a matter of fact, a new report from Redfin states that 60,000 home purchase agreements fell through in August. Now, contract cancellations are normal in the real estate business, but they are up 11% year over year. 15.7% of the homes that went under contract fell through, and a year ago that was 14.3%. Sticker shock. And when I say sticker shock, I mean sticker shock from the mortgage payment that they got quoted after they signed that contract was the primary reason they canceled, and probably called 911 for an ambulance.
Reason number 2, existing home prices dropped in August.
So look at this article from the National Association of Realtors. Existing home sales dropped in August. Okay, so yeah, sales are slowing because interest rates are high and there's not enough inventory. But they quoted it as seasonally adjusted at 0.7%. But as you read further, that number is much bigger. It's saying that sales dropped 15.3%. I'm not sure what seasonally adjusted means. It's some type of crazy math, but I'll go with the 15.3% number. What else happened? Number 3, housing starts dropped. That's right, contractors are taking their foot off the gas a bit. Now, the biggest drop was in multifamily housing. But overall, home construction starts went down. Now, I personally am seeing a slowdown in the neighborhoods in my area, and builders, at least most of them, are giving aggressive incentives to try to move that inventory. And speaking of builders, number 4, builder confidence, also down.
Builder confidence dropped 5 points in the month of September.
It's estimated that 20% of home buyers are on the sidelines waiting for lower interest rates and more inventory.
Other factors that could negatively affect home prices.
People's savings are down.
With high inflation, people are using their credit cards a great deal more, and credit card debt is rising.
And at 22% interest rate on a credit card, I think we all know where that's headed. Eventually, the limit on the credit card will be cut off and people may be unable to make those payments. Many people will be forced to make tough choices between putting food on the table, buying medicine, or making their mortgage payment. And if people don't make their mortgage payment in time, our inventory will rise. If people lose their jobs, inventory will rise.
We remain committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Reducing inflation is likely to require a period of below-trend growth and some softening of labor market conditions.
It's a real crappy way to get inventory, I'm gonna tell you, and it takes quite some time. Now, if the Fed's intention is to break the system, that's what he's gonna do. Unfortunately, he's gonna screw up some people's livelihoods in the process, which is very unfortunate. If you'll notice in Jerome Powell's September meeting, he changed his language from a soft landing to hard landing.
You know, we've gone from a very narrow path to a soft landing to something different. Would you call the soft landing now a baseline expectation?
No. I would not do that. I would just say, what would I say about that?
And of course, if this happens, it'll affect housing prices. So all of the items that I've outlined are all reasons that home prices could drop. But we still have low inventory and there's always that supply and demand thing. And until that changes, cheap home prices could be gone forever. High interest rates are keeping people from buying. High interest rates are keeping sellers from selling. 65% of sellers have an interest rate below 4%. So they don't want to put their home on the market because they don't want to pony up for an 8% rate. And regardless of what the Fed tells you, rates are going to go up more. And of course, this will cause job losses, which will cause home losses. But maybe that's the end game. If you want to learn more about that? Watch this next video.